There once was a nitwit in D.C. The lame old dip was the former VP. Prices blew up, the market tipped down. No below Joey Biden, you blow. Soon may the chairman come to lock him up and his crackhead son. One day when justice is done, we'll see the Democrats go. He'd not be there for ballots stolen when late that night they rigged the polls. In battleground states, the lioness holes, they tipped the scales for Joe. Soon may the chairman come to lock him up and his crackhead son. One day when justice is done, we'll see the Democrats go. Da 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 da. The cost of fuel has gone sky high. They're effing with the food supply. The southern border's open wide. Let's go, Brandon, go. Soon may the chairman come to lock him up and his crackhead son. One day when justice is done, we'll see the Democrats go. Well, runaway inflation soars, he's bleeding billions, funding wars. He's lost his mind, he cracked his drawers. Oh, blow, Joey Biden, you blow. Soon may the chairman come to lock him up and his crackhead son. One day when justice is done, we'll see the Democrats go. Soon may the chairman come to lock him up and his crackhead son. One day when justice is done, we'll see the Democrats go.
All right, man. Shalom, Akim. All praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Bashim, Makak, with Dash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstones. Salute to sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. Right? That was just a little intro to a video from the ANC report, Rod Dawson on BitChute. Okay, I'm not sure who the artist is that sing that song, but it's basically showing you how these so-called white people, these right-wingers, some of these white nationalists, how they feel about the Democratic Party and the current president of the United States of America, Joe Biden. All right, he's basically a criminal. Okay, all in all, the whole power structure is under Esau's rule, according to the Holy Bible. Whether they're right wing, whether they're left wing, whether they're Republicans, whether they're Democrats, whether they're Americans, whether they're Europeans, or whatever Caucasian country or nationality, as they consider themselves to be, right? Countrymen that they want to call themselves. All right, their line goes back to Esau, and that's who the power structure or the rulership of the planet Earth has been given into the hands of, according to the Holy Bible, the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. All right, and as you can see, this kingdom is divided, man. With the two, the bipartisanship with the two opposing political parties. Satan's kingdom is divided. So I'm just going to bring out a scripture real quick. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 26. It says, "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" All right. And Satan is the so-called white man. All right. The descendants of the man Esau, better known as the Edomites, the nation of Edom. Okay. Esau's name was changed to Edom, in which the word Edom is a Hebrew word Adawam, which means red. Okay. And brothers and sisters, when we teach, we gotta keep pushing that, man. Push that vibration that the so-called white man is Esau. They're the Edomites. All right. Because a lot of Jakes are waking up to the fact that they're Israelites, and we know that them so-called Jews, the small hats that's running around imposing on our nationality or our identity, rather, that they're not the real Jews. They're not the biblical Jews. Okay, but they do have a nationality, and who are they according to the Bible? They come from the nation of Edom, and there's no differentiation from them and their white counterparts, so-called white counterparts. All right, even though they try to act like they're against each other, well, that's just more. That just proves the prophecies more and more correct and accurately. The prophecy in Matthew 12 chapter verse 26, "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" All right. So if you got white nationalists that are opposing the so-called Jews and vice versa, when they actually come from the same lineage, all right, then this proves the Bible correctly. Okay, that's Satan casting out Satan. The word Satan, which basically means adversary. Okay? Who's the adversary? The so-called white man. Like I said, whether he's calling himself a so-called Jew or whether he's calling himself a white nationalist. Okay? So-called white man pumping their fist for white power. Okay? White supremacy. At the end of the day, they're divided. They're against one another. Okay? And you see that with this with the intro to this video, which comes from an intro from Rod Dawson's channel, the ANC report. Okay, wherein you have these Republicans, or straight up and down, whether they're American citizens or foreigners from another country who just oppose democratic views, even making songs about locking up Joe Biden. All right, so Satan is certainly casting out Satan. Right, you have the Russians going against the Americans. All right. In this third world war that's about to take place, the battle over Ukraine and political power in Eastern Europe. Okay, this is all prophecy in the making, man. Satan casting out Satan. He is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Yeah, how is the so-called white man's rulership going to go on forever? All right, if they can't if they can't join and unite and come to reason with one another, okay? Because the hatred that they have for one another is only all it's doing is actually getting more and more out of control. All right, to the point wherein there's going to be a thermonuclear war. Okay, because now these countries are openly making nuclear threats towards one another. All right, back in the 50s and the 60s. When the atomic bomb was going on and you had the Cold War, none of these countries were actually openly on the media threatening to blow each other up by using those atomic bombs that they had, man. I mean, we all know that they had it, but that was going to be, they really didn't try to mention that, man. The threat of using atomic bombs. America just knew Russia had it, and Russia just knew that America had it. But the last thing that they wanted to do was actually drop atomic bombs on each other, man. Let alone frighten the people in the media, frighten the citizens of those countries in the media with the threat of dropping atomic bombs on each other. But now when you check out the news, they just open with it, man. With threats of a nuclear war. It's all there in the making, man. It's all there. That's all they're talking about, man. In the development of their nuclear weapons, showcasing their nuclear weapons, right? Showing you that, hey, we got a more advanced and more powerful nuclear weapon than this country, than that country. Plus, we're joining forces with foreign countries such as China, right, and Iran, and North Korea, in giving them nuclear technology, man, and joining forces with them, man, to pose a threat, a nuclear threat to the opposing country, man. Okay? So this society is not going to last long, man. So for all you jakes out there that that are looking forward to a future here in America and still kissing the so-called white man's ass, doing everything in your power to appease him, smile in front of him, showing your pearly white teeth just to make him feel comfortable. Okay? You niggas are bugged out, man. This devil is going down. This devil is going down, man. Okay? All right? The so-called white man sees you. He's trying to fill you out because they got a such thing as white guilt, knowing what they've done to our ancestors and know that in the back of their mind that they have to pay for what they've done. All right? Then you supposed to show these devils, hey, man, you goddamn right. I ain't your friend. I'm not cool with you. Okay? I'm not trying to smile and make you feel comfortable around me, man. Okay? All right? Yeah, we got to work for these devils, and that's all it is. It's business, man. It's just business at the end of the day. Okay? You require my services, I expect a payment, man. But I ain't got to be your goddamn friend, man. Okay? All right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And people all over the world are not in a state of rejoicing, man. Okay? There are people starving in different parts of the world, man. There's police brutality in you know dictatorships going on in these different countries, man. All right, wherein the government is oppressing the people. So people are not rejoicing all over the world, man. Okay, you have children being kidnapped, sex trafficking going on, human trafficking, drug addiction. All right, all kind of madness going on throughout the world. So wherein do you see these people rejoicing, man? Okay, yeah, you might see a goddamn football game, you might see a basketball game, you know, a little sports here and there, where you got people at the stadium, fueled up off of goddamn beer and junk food, man, being entertained. Okay, but once the game is over, it's back to your real fucking life, man, of hell and misery. So the people are not really rejoicing, man. Okay? So don't let what you see on TV, these people in these stadiums watching these games fool you and having you thinking that they enjoying the halftime show and, you know, and these people are rejoicing. That's all smoke and mirrors, man. Okay? Because once you come down off of that fucking high of being entertained, you got to snap back into reality, man. Off the work you go, back to getting taxes deducted from your goddamn check. Okay? And your mind all combobulated on how you're going to put food on the table to feed your family, man. So the people are not in a state of rejoicing. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So it's clear in day, it should be clear as day who's in rulership today. Okay? The so-called white man. All right? And that's why you had that guy make that song about Joe Biden. All right? And that guy doesn't even sound like an American citizen. He sounds like he's from a foreign country. Maybe Scottish, Irish, or some shit like that, English or whatever, okay? But he damn sure doesn't sound like an American. But yeah, he's making a song talking about he hopes the jailer man come and lock Joe Biden up and do away with the Democrats, okay? Why? Because the wicked beareth rule. Who is the wicked according to the Bible? Job 9:24. It's the so-called white man, the nation of Edom, all right? And their time of rulership is coming to an end, and they know it, man. They know it. The world can sense it. That's why these other nations are hoping that they're going to be the next rulers. You know, they're getting a little bit pumped up, thinking that they're going to be the next ones to rule. You got the Prince of Saud out there in the Arab world thinking he's going to come up. Got Kim Jong-un and fucking Bozo in China thinking that they're going to be the next ones to basically do world or global dominance. That's why they're practicing the New World Order heavy out there in China. Okay? All right? But little do they know that they all gonna go down, man. The last thing that they expect is a so-called black man to rule this world. But guess what? I got news for you folks, man. All right? The Lord is a so-called black man. The one who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose name is Yahweh Shai. All right? When he comes back, he's coming back on chariots that you devils and you heathens call UFOs. That none of your military can fuck with or deal with. And they're going to come back and destroy all your armies, man. And enslave the world. All right? And the next ones that's going to rule is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. This is biblical prophecy, man. Okay? The colonizers who came over here on this side of the world that had the records on who the Israelites were, they already understood manifest destiny. Okay? Okay? So they know, man. Your forefathers knew, you know, that you had that you was gonna come into power for a short time, but they knew that the people that they oppressed and enslaved were the chosen people, according to the Bible that they actually took in hand. Okay? And for some strange, deranged reason, they thought that they was going to defeat the Most High through deception. But it don't work like that, man. The prophecies are coming to pass, and the so-called white man is going down, and Israel is on the uprise. All right? So I'm going to end this video on that note. Say shalom, Wabba Rakim to you brothers and sisters out there. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.